Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode with the Anxious Resistance. Today we're talking about a medication called Wellbutrin. The generic name is bupropion, which is kind of funny to say. Anyway, this drug has been around for a while, okay? So it hit the market in the United States in the mid-1970s. So, 40 plus years ago. This medication is an antidepressant, but it's unique in the way it treats depression. So it's different from your typical SSRIs, your Zolofts, your Prozac. This hits on a different chemical. It actually hits on a different combination of chemicals. Similar to the SSRIs though, what it does is it blocks the reuptake of certain chemicals in the synaptic cleft or space. So, which controls our mood, which controls how we feel. The chemicals that are in that space is how we feel. So the more of the feel-good chemicals we have, the better. What Wellbutrin does is it increases dopamine, which you probably heard of before, and it also increases norepinephrine. So these two together in increased concentrations can help with things like energy levels, and it can help you just all around feel better with the mood, with that increased dopamine. So this is called a norepinephrine dopamine reuptake inhibitor. So similar to an SSRI, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, only this blocks norepinephrine and dopamine, like I've been saying. So what's the difference here? Okay, so with Wellbutrin, it works quite well for depression, but it doesn't work super well for anxiety. So this is often not prescribed for people with anxious symptoms with their depression because it won't help those anxious symptoms as much as something like an SSRI would or other anxiolytic medications. So there are some advantages to Wellbutrin. Like I said, it has that unique mechanism of action where it works on dopamine and norepinephrine, and not so much on serotonin. So what does this do? Well, as far as side effects go, this gives you some advantages. It doesn't have sexual side effects like SSRIs and SNRIs do. In fact, it might help with sexual dysfunction. This is really good for those who feel like maybe they've been having issues with other medications, really decreasing their libido or maybe decreasing their attraction to their partner, whatever. This is a medication that isn't known for doing that. So another thing that it doesn't do is it doesn't cause weight gain. So Wellbutrin is a pretty good medication for not doing that. So if you've been having issues with that on other drugs, maybe give Wellbutrin a try. One of the things that Wellbutrin is known for is being prescribed for seasonal affective disorder, which I talk about in another video here. So seasonal affective disorder is when people have certain times of the year where they feel more depressed than normal. Everybody kind of has that, that seasonal slump, but these people, it's more extreme. They are having clinical depression, difficulty getting out of bed, difficulty functioning in their normal everyday life. And this commonly happens during the winter months, but can happen during other times during the year. So this medication is specifically used for that because, with that increased norepinephrine, you have increased energy levels, and it's been known to really help people who have that seasonal depression. So another interesting fact about Wellbutrin is that it is commonly prescribed as a smoking cessation agent. So it has different brand names for that. It is the same medication and has been shown to help people who have difficulty quitting smoking. So I was actually prescribed Wellbutrin at one point in my mental health journey, and I've been on it for, I think I only was on it for 3-4 weeks. I had a really hard time with Wellbutrin. I was taking it in December. It was right when that seasonal affective stuff kind of hits, but I had a really poor reaction to the medication. It made me really achy, especially in the joints. It was quite painful. I also had, pinching, tingling sensations all over. That just made me all around feel miserable. I tried to give this medication the best chance that I could, but ultimately I quit because of those side effects. Now, that's not to say that you're going to have the same side effects if this is a medication that you try. Everybody is different, and this is something that I like to point out, especially in the comments on the videos, is that everybody reacts differently to medications. We all have a different body chemistry. We all have different, ways our body metabolizes drugs. We have different genetics. There's so much that goes into this. So me saying that I had a bad experience doesn't mean that you're going to have a bad experience. I really want people to not be discouraged from trying different options, of finding something that really helps them. It took me a long time to finally find the combination of medications and supplements that help me feel my very best. And it just takes time, and you shouldn't just get discouraged and say, oh, all medications are out because I had a bad reaction to this one. So please, be hopeful and keep trying. You're gonna find something. It took me a very long time to find the right medications for me, but I finally got there, and I am so much better and happier because of it. So don't give up. Wellbutrin is a good medication. It's a good drug you can ask your doctor about, especially if you've been having difficulty with other medications like SSRIs. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more content like this, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media. We do all that we can to help people with mental health disorders, especially when it comes to education and learning about different medications. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.